everyone. My name is Jave Delargo, and I will be your first discussant in Module 8 entitled Learners with Specific Learning Disabilities. But before we deep down into our topic, here's the content. Number 1, Specific Learning Disability. And the second one, Types and Causes. Here is the learning outcomes. First, describe learners with specific learning disabilities. And the second one, discuss appropriate educational approaches to address the specific needs of the learners. Specific learning disability, or SLD, is a neurological disorder affecting the brain's basic process for understanding spoken or written language. It's not caused by environmental, cultural, or socio-economic factors because its neurological basis is invisible. SLD is sometimes called a hidden handicap. So SLD, or specific learning disability, it is a disability or the difficulties of an individual acquiring mathematical knowledge, um, reading, writing, and comprehension. So, in the statement above, it is not caused by environmental, cultural, or socio-economic factors. Why? Because it is a neurological basis, meaning to say, it is the comes in the inner side, which is affecting the mental of an individual, affecting the brain's basic process for understanding and solving mathematical problems. So here's the types and causes. Here's the types. First is dyslexia. When we say dyslexia, a learning disability impairing the ability to read and comprehend language-based information. It leads to difficulties with decoding, identifying, and spelling words. So it's very self-explanatory that dyslexia it is a difficulties of an individual in understanding or in comprehension, which they face difficulties in decoding, identifying, and spelling words. The second one is dysgraphia. When we say dysgraphia, a learning disorder affecting the ability to write properly and manipulate small objects with precision. Individuals with dysgraphia may exhibit grammatical errors, poor organization, and difficulties producing legible handwriting. So it's very self-explanatory that dysgraphia it is a difficulties which an individual um, unable or having this or not having this ability to write properly or manipulate small object. They face grammatical errors, poor organization, and also difficulties in producing a good handwriting. The third one is dyscalculia. Dyscalculia, a learning problem affecting the ability to process numbers and acquire mathematical knowledge. It causes difficulties with basic computation and complex mathematical problems. So it's very self-explanatory that dyscalculia it is a difficulties in acquiring numericals. Using numericals, it is about more numbers. They are facing difficulties in mathematical solving and also basic computations. So the fourth one is oral written language comprehension deficit. This impairs understanding of written or spoken language, affecting the ability to express oneself orally. So it is also a difficulties of an individual who face difficulties in understanding or spoken the language. Um, This SLD affect the individual to express her or himself orally. So the fifth one is nonverbal learning disability. This involves difficulty understanding nonverbal cues like facial expression and body language, often accompanied by limited coordination. So nonverbal learning disability, so it's very evident that um, some of the people or some individual face this SLD, which is they are difficulty to understand nonverbal cues like facial expression and also body language because their learning is limited. So here's the causes. Number one, hereditary factors. So it's very evident that having SLD is also a comes from familial link or the it is a genetic inheritance. Number two, premature birth. So premature birth, infants may be higher at risk because um, premature birth is may um, may 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 face negative surroundings. Like for example, they can inhaled maternal exposure to chemicals, something like that. And the number three is prenatal exposure to toxins. Maternal exposure to substance like cigarettes, smoke, drugs, or alcohol during pregnancy can harm to the fetus. Yes, it is very evident that this substance can surely affect the individual, so it is one of the causes of specific learning disability. Number four, birth trauma. So birth trauma, postnatal or birth trauma can cause learning disability. Number five, exposure to toxin in early childhood. Exposure to toxic chemicals like aluminum, arsenic, and mercury during toddler years is linked to SLD. So it is very evident naman that having exposure to toxins may lead to specific learning disability of the individual who are absorbing this chemical like arsenic and mercury that is dangerous to a baby or a toddler. Number six, poor diet and malnutrition. Severe malnutrition can damage intense sensory abilities, impacting the brain function. So it is very evident here in the Philippines that poor diet and malnutrition can lead to specific learning disability, which is affecting the health of an individual, not just the physical appearance, but also to the mental health of a human being that is caused by damaging intersensory abilities which may lead to SLD. So thanks for watching.